Are you sick of performing for women? Do you feel like no matter what you do, there's always something else you have to do to make them happy? Are you tired of being that guy that feels like they always have to chase after a woman's approval? Well, this video is for you. Because in this video, I'm going to unravel the one thing that you need to be doing that most guys miss and most guys are super fucking resentful about, and that is performance-based love. And so stick around. I'm going to show you exactly how to get out of this trap and how to actually have women chase after you instead of you always trying to impress them. My name is Ed Baxter, and I help guys in betrayal situations. The process of being with a woman for 50 years or a woman that you're dating is pretty much the same. For us, it's just science. Because we know the patterns, we know the solutions. It's not that complicated. You have to make a commitment for yourself. That's what it means to be in Soul Seducer program. That's what it means to work with me directly. So you can learn to handle your emotions, so you can learn to see right into a woman's soul and seduce her from within, to create this garden that she can actually thrive in. We'll get you to that place where you make the right decision for you and your chick. The number one comment I get in my YouTube videos is, I have to do more for a woman. I have to do all this stuff to make her like me. I have to go and make all this money. Then I have to be this leader in the relationship. Then I have to go be buff. And then I have to go do all this shit. And I have to have a purpose. And I have to do all this stuff to make women like me. Fuck this. I just want to have a peaceful life. Why can't she just love me for who I am? Cool. You can do that. You should do that. If that's what you want. That's what you should do. Because you're not here to perform for women. You're not. You're here to perform for yourself. Women are a side effect of that. You see, women are a luxury item. Men forget that women are a luxury item. It costs you time and energy and money to have a woman in your life. And they forget that women are a luxury item. That they are not something that you're just granted. They're not something that you are owed. Sex, love, and attention is something that is bestowed upon you by rising up as a man, not for her, but because you do it for you. The guy's like, I just want to live a peaceful life. Or maybe I'm in a wheelchair. How am I supposed to get a woman? Cool. Why do you need a woman? Well, life is so much better if I have a partner around. Cool, why don't you have friends? Like, why do you need a woman in your life? And so the real question is it's not that you need a woman in your life or you want one, it's that you're still chasing validation. You're still looking for a woman to approve of you. And so if you're in a situation where you're in a wheelchair or something like this, yeah, you got dealt a bad hand. It's going to be harder for you to find a woman who wants to be with a guy who's wheelchair bound. That's just the name of the game. We all know this. But to sit back in this place and lament this problem, to call yourself a victim, and who's going to be like this, and I'll never get this, then you're causing more of a problem for yourself. Because the women in your life are a reflection of your unconscious thinking. If this is how you're feeling, and this is what you're doing, this is what you're sending out there, and this is what they're going to reflect back to you. In other words, if I'm a guy and I'm feeling down on myself, and I walk up to a woman and feeling down on myself, she's going to reflect that energy back to me. If I'm coming up to her like a loser, oh, I'm a loser, I'm talking to this woman, I'm all nervous, then she's going to be like, yeah, you're a loser, get away from me. If I come up there and I fucking own the situation, I own who I am, and I come forward with open heart, unapologetically myself, wheelchair or not, she's going to be receptive. Is she going to want to be with me? Not necessarily. She might not feel that that's right for her. That's totally fine. But if I'm going to be doing this, I'm not going to come from this place that I need a woman in my life to be happy or to be complete. This is the wrong place to be. If I'm doing this, I'm not leading my life. I'm not leading who I am. I'm leading from my needing desires for somebody, so somebody to fulfill some sort of hole in my life. And that's not healthy for you, and it's not healthy for her. And then she's like, well, I got to not only save him here, but I got to deal with the wheelchair thing here too. And so then what's she getting out of it? She's not getting much. Your job is not to perform for a woman. Your job is not to be more. Your job is not to pay for more. Your job is not to be everything that she ever wants and desires. Your job is not to be more muscular. Your job is not to have a 12-inch dick and to give her 50,000 orgasms. It's not your fucking job. Your job is not to take care of her in the relationship. Your job in the relationship is just a couple of things. Be solid in who the fuck you are and set the standard for how you're going to live your life. Set the structure of how that is going to shake out. And be grounded. That's it. But you're not doing it for her. You're doing it because that's a good way to live your life. Have a vision. Where do you want to go? What do you want to do? What do you want to create? What's compelling for you? What's your purpose? Like, why do I need a purpose? Well, I don't know. What else are you going to do? Sit at home and watch Netflix all night? I mean, you could. You could chase pleasure. Nothing wrong with that. If that's what you want to do, go for it. Who gives a fuck? But then you're like, well, why doesn't a woman want me why do I have to have all those things for a woman to want me? Well, why does she have to be skinny and beautiful for you to want her? You see, you don't have to do those things, but you can't complain about the results that you get from not doing those things, right? You can ignore reality, but you can't ignore the consequences of ignoring reality. And so we do these things to increase our ability to have more of a spread, a variety of different options in women. If I have social acumen, if I'm physically fit, if I make good money, if I dress well, then it means I'm going to have more options of women available to me. That's why I do it. And then from these options, I pick the best one for me. Not because I need a woman in my life to feel better about myself, but because I enjoy having the presence of my woman, and she brings a lot to my relationship. And most guys are like, well, I'm a giver. I like to give in a relationship. Why can't I give more to this woman? I'm just a good guy. I like to give. It's like, no, you give to get. Most guys are not giving because they want to give. They're giving to get. They feel like they have to keep performing. If I give her all these gifts and attention and save her from herself and pay all her bills and watch her kids and all this other bullshit, she'll love me forever. And it's like, no, she can see that you're just chasing her approval and her sex. And then you can't be surprised when she manipulates you and takes advantage of that because you're too giving. And so the best rule of thumb is only give what is greatly appreciated. So test it. Give a little bit. How does she receive it? Give a little bit more. How does she receive it? Don't be that guy who's like constantly giving her shit right out of the gate. Rich guys do this quite a bit. Let me just throw shit at her. It's like, yeah, that's what you're going to get, dude. You're going to get somebody who's going to fucking grift all over that. She's just going to want all that, all those cash and prizes. She'll tell you that she loves you. She'll tell you all this stuff, but at the end of the day, this is what you're doing. And a lot of women will resist this greatly because they'll say, I feel like I'm owing him something. He's trying to leverage this game of power and obligation over me. I don't want to be a part of that. And he'll chase her off. And so the game is never to perform for people's approval. Performance-based love will always put you in a place of feeling like it's out of balance. You're giving too much. And then what ends up happening is you keep giving, and the other person starts giving you less and less and less before you feel like you're getting table scraps of affection. And you blow the fuck up. You just blow up at him. What the fuck? I'm doing all this stuff for you. She's like, I don't know where this came from because you keep your mouth shut all the time because you're so afraid that I'm not going to like you and you're seeking so much approval that you don't open up and tell me what it is that you want. And so there's no communication on your end of what's actually happening. We call this a hidden agenda where you're trying to do little things, these manipulative things to try to get her to like you, to get her to sleep with you. And this is because you feel like you have to perform for approval, that somehow intrinsically you're not enough, somehow intrinsically you're not lovable, somehow intrinsically that you are not valuable, so they don't want to see, you don't allow them to see the real you. The real you is broken, somehow lacking, somehow a loser, and you hide it. You put this mask up. You put this mask up because you think that's what she wants, but you can't read her mind, so you don't know what the fuck she wants. So you put this mask up based on what you think she wants. And then if she's insecure, she puts a mask up too. Then you got two people pretending to be something different and you wonder why you're incompatible. Or you do it for a couple of months and now you start having relationship problems because you put this mask up for a couple of months and she did as well. And then 2-3 months in, 6 months in, you're having all this fighting. Like, what's all this fucking fighting coming from? It's like, yeah, because you're all a bunch of frauds and now you can't hide it forever because it's hard to keep the mask up because it's dishonest. And now when your true self comes out, John doing John shit and Stacy doing Stacy shit, and then you can't stand each other. You have all these fights. Yeah, because the masks fell. And now you're seeing the person you're really with. And so this is why it always pays to be unapologetically yourself. Don't hide. This is who the fuck I am, and I stand here. I plant my flag of who I'm going to be and who I shall be. And so it's better for you as a man to not be performance-based, but to be principle-based. This is who I am. This is who I want to be. In fact, behind this camera, I have my 7 principles on the wall, and I talk about them in great detail in the Betrayed a Badass book. Check it out. It's in the description if you're curious. So the whole purpose of me having these principles is because this is my guiding light. This is what I want to live my life at. This is who I aspire to be. I'm not doing it for the performance of a woman. I'm doing it for the performance of myself, to be proud of myself, to be more connected to myself, and through me, I am then connected to God and to Jesus. But I cannot find either one of those unless I have a good relationship with myself. I can't ignore the me and try to have a relationship with God externally. It doesn't work that way. The only way you can have a relationship with God is a personal relationship within yourself that goes through whatever. You can only see it through yourself. If you're playing this game where you're feeling like, why is it that men always have to perform and do more and be more grounded, do all this stuff for women? You don't have to be. In fact, if you're that angry about it, I would challenge you to do fuck all for women for a while. Just go through a season of like, fuck them, I don't need any of them in my life, I'm going MGTOW for a while. And in that place, practice in the presence of women not going after their approval. You'll find it very hard because it's just in your bones. You've been born and bred this way by society and your traumas. So go out there, be completely yourself and not perform for them for a while. See how that goes. And it should go well. You'll probably find that you have more attention than you've ever had. In fact, that's what I figured out. Went back in 2015 and found out my ex-wife was cheating on me. Then I decided to drop this fucking game and say, fuck it, what's the point of being what everybody else wants? Because in the end, I'm still gonna lose, so what's the point? And I found out that, you know what, me being unapologetically myself actually worked a lot better. I just tell them what I wanted, and they're like, okay. Because they're pretty intuitive. A lot of women can already tell that you're already into them. They can already tell you're doing this approval-seeking behavior before you even open your fucking mouth. So just assume they already know. It's way easier. Now you're not trying to hide. And if you're trying to hide, you're being a liar. You're not allowing yourself to be fully seen, heard, and understood yourself. It's how the fuck you're gonna see, hear, understand your woman. If you can't love yourself, how are you gonna love her? You don't even know how that works. You're trying to hide, trying to run from yourself. Let me run from myself for the distraction of my woman and her sex and all her beauty. Let me just distract from myself to get with this woman over here to make me feel better about myself. If I got this beautiful woman, it must mean I'm valuable. Like, really, that's what we're gonna measure against? Why not just do some cool shit that you're proud of? And then you're like, yeah, man, I'm pretty proud of myself. I did some cool shit. And then your self-esteem starts to grow. And then you keep doing it, and now your competence starts to grow. And with competence comes confidence. And now you're going around just being who you are. You don't give a fuck. Just who you are all the time. Tempered with obviously heart and humility. Because, you know, you can be whoever the fuck you are and be a dick. Nobody wants that. And so this should clear up a lot of these questions that you guys have. And if you feel like I'm off base on any of these in any of my videos, feel free to remind me. Hey, hell, I'm not perfect. I get off track sometimes too, so tell me. If you want to learn to be absolutely unapologetically yourself, to become a fucking soul seducer and nail this game called marriage, nail this game being called a father and a husband, and absolutely dominate in your business, check out Soul Seducer. This helps you get back on track whenever you've lost your fucking way. You find out that your wife's cheating on you, that she's left you, or that you're still chasing after the approval of women, and you see it, you finally notice and recognize that maybe this video brought you to light on this, and you're like, fuck, I don't want to deal with this anymore. The whole purpose of that program is to take what took me 10 years to get you in within 10 days. Get you that place where you're not looking for the approval of women, you're super comfortable in your own skin, be able to be joking, to laugh, to be able to have a lot of fun and flirt in a effortless manner, and to see the game that's really going on with your wife. Better than she even knows herself. So anyways, brother, if you want to know more about it, it is in the description below. I'll see you in the next video, and I love you.